Hey guys, so today's video is about a new Switch and all the rumors. I'd like to just compile it into one video. I know that like new news comes out all the time, so this will probably be outdated by the time I like post it by next week, but I just want to discuss like the idea of a new Switch coming this year, which with every passing week feels so much more unlikely, but I hope it's true. So subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and let's just get into all the rumors that I found that are like of value. Let me know if you've seen anything else for and against the new Switch coming out. I'd love to kind of like flesh out this theory. So with you guys' help, I'd love to figure out what's going on, you know? Let's discuss just like the topic. So a new Switch Pro / a Switch 2 is estimated for May 2023 because Nintendo likes to launch a more powerful version of their consoles for Zelda games. So the Switch came out with Breath of the Wild and a few other games came out with a Zelda game as well, because it always feels like a massive update or an upgrade. The original Switch first launched March 2017, so it's actually been 5 years, 6 when people are estimating the new Switch will come out. And usually Nintendo launches things every 5 or so years, so the life cycle is usually 5 to 7 years. So anything after 7 feels super unlikely, and 6 years feels like just the right amount of time to put out a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro, some kind of a massive upgrade. Also, they've updated the Switch every 2 years since launch. So 2023 would be the next every 2 years. So they released the original Switch in 2017, then 2018 was a break. 2019 was the Lite, 2020 was a break, 2021 was the OLED, 2022 was a break, and then 2023 would be the Pro or the 2. So if they keep on following the same pattern, which maybe it was an accident, like maybe they didn't mean to do it that way, it just came out that way, but I think if following the pattern, then 2023 would be the next upgrade. Developers of different games have allegedly also been working with a new Switch, and there was a NVIDIA hack that showed new Switch specs, which showed kind of like a 4K 60 FPS kind of a new Switch, which is what we're hoping for. I just want a more powerful, better looking Switch. And people are also saying that when the OLED came out, which is the last upgrade, is the one that I have, I think it's an amazing one, but the upgrade just wasn't massive enough. Like the battery life is better and the screen's better, but the actual performance of the Switch isn't better. And that was due to chip shortages. So it was like the next best thing they could do. They already had the better screen, they already had the better battery, they just didn't have the better processors in the chips. So they thought, let's just make it a slight upgrade so we can put something out. Because obviously due to COVID and everything, manufacturers couldn't keep up with the demand for supply. So I'm hoping that they had a Switch Pro in mind, but because they couldn't really get that out there, they just put out the OLED, and the next one is going to be like a bigger upgrade onto the OLED one. So next thing is Hogwarts Legacy is a big tell that something is coming. So it was delayed for the Switch recently, so it's coming out on the PC, PS5, and the new Xbox in February, which is very soon. And then on the Xbox One and PS4, which are obviously the previous consoles, it's coming out in April, which is right before Tears of the Kingdom is coming out. And you would think that the Switch would either come out with the first batch, which is February, or maybe at like the worst case scenario, the second batch, which would be in April. But actually no, it has now been moved to July. Why would you move something to July if you didn't have an upgrade coming? Because like, what is that extra few months going to do for the development of the game? Not much at this point, because it's clearly like the game's done. So like, it's not going to do much. It's not going to do that much to make it perform better on the Switch, to have it be delayed by a few months. So for many people's opinions and mine, a new Switch is coming out with the Tears of the Kingdom game. Then that gives people from May to July to enjoy Tears of the Kingdom, because obviously no one's going to play Hogwarts Legacy if Tears of the Kingdom is out, because everyone's going to be booked and busy. I'm going to be putting in like daily full-time shifts playing Tears of the Kingdom. So that gives people from May to July to enjoy that game, and then once kind of they've completed a bunch of the game, they can move on to Hogwarts Legacy and split their time between Hogwarts Legacy and Tears of the Kingdom, which would make sense that they wouldn't want to release Hogwarts Legacy along with Tears of the Kingdom, because it takes the shine away from Hogwarts Legacy. So they're giving it like that 2 months to be like, have fun, and then here's Hogwarts Legacy. But why would they delay it to after Tears of the Kingdom is coming out if they're not going to have a new Switch? And a lot of games seem to be getting delayed for an undisclosed 2023 kind of date. Pikmin 4 has been announced for 2023, Metroid Prime 2023, like a lot of games that are more requiring of a more powerful console. Microsoft also just signed a 10-year COD deal, Call of Duty, with Nintendo and the Steam Deck, and it's a game too powerful for the Switch, obviously, in its current state. And some tweets they've put out don't specify the Switch, they just say Nintendo brand. So they're like not specifying a certain console that it's going to come to, they're just saying it's coming to Nintendo, which is very interesting. Like I said, the life cycle is usually 5 to 7 years between different consoles, and anything past 7 years is really pushing it. We're in 6 years now. this year, and I think 6 years is like the perfect amount of time to drop something before the Switch becomes obsolete. Now they're thinking Switch Pro, Switch 2, a whole new system. Please don't do that. I just want an upgrade to the Switch. I don't want anything funky, because Nintendo has this thing of like releasing an amazing platform and then something really afterwards. Like they had like the Wii and they had the Wii U, you know, then they had the Switch. Please don't do a Wii U situation. Another thing is Digital Foundry released their wrap-up video where they leaked that they talked to developers who said that there was a mid-generation Switch upgrade, but it was cancelled. So no Switch Pro, Switch 2, a whole different console. So it seems that the OLED was the mid-gen upgrade, and then that's it for that. So that's the opposite side of the argument. That's the argument of like, you already got your mid-gen upgrade. Now it's a whole new console. I also hope that it's backwards compatible, since the Switch is so successful that like it has to be something to do with the Switch, because we have so many games that we still want to play on a more powerful console. Like it needs to be backwards compatible, and it needs to be a Switch. Like it can't be something else. It just has to be a Switch something. Switch Pro, Switch 2, Switch Ultimate, like anything, but just don't give me like a whole separate console and no backwards compatibility. And I also want to use the same accessories. I want to use the same dock, Joy-Cons, controller, that whole lot. Now the opposite side of the argument is also that the Switch is doing amazingly well. Their sales, even when they are at their lowest, are still super high. With the recent Pokemon Violet Scarlet coming out and a few other games, you know, Splatoon, sales have skyrocketed again. They're back to like 150,000 a week. They're just selling so well. Like the Switch is selling so well, but I think it's better to release an upgrade when you're still at a high than to wait until you completely fall off to try and salvage the console. I think they should release a Switch upgrade while the Switch is still popular, right? Not when everyone's forgotten about the Switch, everyone's complained about it, and then they release a new upgrade, because at that point you've already like left a bad taste in people's mouths. I think you need to release a new console when it's still fresh in people's minds. That's my opinion on the matter. So I'm hoping for a new Switch along with Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't know if that's gonna happen at this point, because we haven't gotten any news from Nintendo other than like leaks and hacks. We haven't seen anything. There's obviously going to be a new Nintendo Direct probably in February, so maybe that gives them the February Nintendo Direct to announce a new Switch, a new upgrade. However, there was a new other leak. Nintendo on Twitter has posted a rumor about this being the special edition Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch coming out, which means if they're putting out an OLED Switch, would they release a new console alongside it? I don't know. But then again, if you're releasing a new console, you don't want the new console to only come in an exclusive limited edition look. You want it to have like a base color. So kind of it would make sense to release the OLED as a special edition for people that already have the like OLED, and then release a new console alongside it that just comes in like the base gray or something. Because you can't just have like one variation of your new console that only comes in a limited edition shade. You want it to have like a base shade, right? So it makes sense, but also this kind of throws a wrench into my plans. So this is what it would look like, and I actually think this might be a little bit fake. I think this looks fake. There's just something about this that doesn't look like Nintendo would do this. I also think it's really ugly. I'm so sorry. If this is how the OLED limited edition for Tears of the Kingdom is looking, I'm not buying it. I think this is so ugly. I like the dock, but I don't like the Joy-Cons. I think they look quite... That's why I'm hoping this is fake. I'm hoping this is fake news. I'm hoping this is not the OLED limited edition will look like. And I'm hoping that they're just releasing a new console along Tears of the Kingdom. And then, I don't know, maybe they just won't have a limited edition for Tears of the Kingdom. Because at this point, it's either an OLED limited edition for Tears of the Kingdom along with a new console, or just a new console, or just an OLED limited edition. There is like no other way to do this, right? Because they wouldn't just release a new console variation that just comes in the Tears of the Kingdom vibe. That wouldn't make any sense. So anyway, there are a lot of like for and against for this theory. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.